Here's a problem from your lab assignment in 2.2. This is problem number 3. It says determine the infinite limit. So we're looking at an infinite limit here. And we want the limit as x approaches to negative 9 from the negative side. Limit as x approaches to negative 9 from the negative side. Alright, so as x approaches negative 9 from the left side, the numerator approaches, well, I think we need to put negative 9 up here. And if you put negative 9 up here, you have negative 9 plus 8. I think that's negative 1. So let's put negative 1. Also, as x approaches 9 from the left in the denominator, that approaches negative 9 in the denominator. We have negative 9 plus 9. So I think that's 0 from the negative side. We're coming from the negative side. So let's check this answer. So we have negative 1 on top and we get 0 on the denominator, so that's going to be a little tricky to play around with. Usually we don't want to divide by 0, so what we're doing is we're looking at the approaching business. Since the numerator approaches negative 1, denominator approaches 0 from the negative side, it looks like you'll have a negative 1 on top, and this would be a negative 0. This would be 0 from the negative side. So we have essentially a negative times or divided by a negative. Negative divided by a negative is a positive, and that's going to go to infinity. So it looks like this is going to approach positive infinity. Let's go ahead and check that. It looks good, and now we've mastered it. Now let's double check using a graph. It's always useful to have a graph ready for us. And again, I'm going to go to desmos.com and I'm going to ask it to graph my function y equals x plus 8. Now we want a parentheses around that because we're going to divide by x plus 9. So let me double check to make sure that that's correct. X plus 8 divided by x plus 9. And we want to know what happens as x approaches 9. So let's see if we can zoom in. We want to know what happens as x approaches 9 from the left side. So what we want to do is we want to approach, let's see if we can zoom in a little bit. I'd zoom out. So we want to see what happens to our graph as we approach from the left side, and clearly this thing is going to go up to infinity. It looks like it's an asymptote, and it's going to keep going higher and higher. So that confirms that it does go to positive infinity. If you approach 9 from the positive side, it looks like it's going down, but if you approach 9 from the negative side, it looks like it's going up. Okay, so that confirms our conclusion, and so we're good. Hope that helps.